Welcome. This particular video is going to be a very educating one in helping the millions of people worldwide, particularly the ones that have to sleep, which are all of us. We're going to look at the correct sleeping positions, as well as how it's tied into snoring, sleep apnea, as well as other conditions. This is going to be quite educating, so let's get going. Aaron's laying on his back right now trying to get some rest, although look at the size of this pillow. Many of us have that propped up pillow which puts a tremendous amount of stress in the neck area. Looking at the neck area, obviously from the normal cervical lordosis, when you're laying on your back, that normal lordosis should be filled. In other words, right now he's laying on his back in this position, flexing his head up, putting excessive stress in the back of the neck and shoulders. Being in that position for all those prolonged hours is going to lead to nerve root irritation as well as misalignments that goes on within the vertebrae. The end result is pain, tingling, numbness that goes on into the arms and hands. Some people like this position, although when it comes to snoring, we're closing the airway. The airway is being closed because his head is going forward, and that can lead to sleep apnea, difficulty breathing, putting excessive stress on the heart as well as increasing blood pressure. This is a very significant and serious problem, although many of these conditions can be helped by proper sleeping positions. The first thing that we're going to recommend to do is we need to get Aaron's head into a normal position. Sleeping on your back is one of the best positions to be in for the spine because it equally distributes the weight equally upon the mattress. This is a cervical pillow. Again, this is designed where his head can sustain that normal curve, that C-shaped curve. We put his head over, and his neck is being utilized over that hump within that pillow, and his neck is a little bit more in a comfortable position. Although, what's happening with his body right now is his legs are straight. He still has stress within the lower back area. I like to take a rolled up pillow. In this particular situation, here is a little cylindrical pillow. Put it underneath the knees, relaxing the psoas muscles, relaxing the muscles around the lower back, as well as fulfilling that curve. In other words, taking that lumbar curve out and allowing the muscles to relax around it. Now, right now he is in a fairly good position, although being on the back like this, this can still lead to snoring because of closing the airway. So the next thing that we want to approach is that if a person is snoring, or your loved one or your person sleeping with you or hears you in the other room says, turn over, commonly seen with people on their back because of closing of the airway. The next position is sleeping on his side. Sleeping on your side is great for gastric reflux, putting the stomach lower than the esophagus, preventing that reflux up into the esophagus, causing that heartburn. Also great for pregnant women, increasing blood supply to the womb by laying on the left side. Although the only issue that we have with this is people who have shoulder problems, hip problems, or maybe other extremities like your elbow if you have to lay on that side. Obviously, if his left hip or his left shoulder is giving him pain, it's going to be difficult to be on that left side. He may have to turn on the right side. Although in this position, the most important thing is that he keeps his head level with the rest of the spine. If the head is too high like this, or too low because his pillow is not supportive, it's going to lead to neck issues, which potentially can cause problems into the neck, shoulder, arm, cause headaches and other symptoms. But with this condition, we want to level out the spine. We want to relax those hip muscles, those hip flexors. And what we'll do here is we can take another pillow, obviously something bigger, and we'll put it between his knees. You may want to use a regular pillow, but just want to give you the idea of neutralizing that normal spine to keep things in line. In other words, when you're lying down, you want to keep that spine like you are sitting up or standing up. If your head's going to be propped up or down, no good. If your spine's going to be sagging down because maybe the bed or the mattress is too soft, no good. You want to make sure that you have proper alignment. It's extremely important. So in this position, this is a good position. Now with the pillow health, you need to get a thicker pillow when you're on your side to bring your head up higher. Now, if you're wide like Aaron, or if you're a guy and you have more width in the shoulders, you'll need to fill the gap up. If you're more narrow or skinnier like a female, the pillow will not need to be as high, but as long as your head is in line with the spine, that is most important. The last and probably a very common position is sleeping on your stomach. Look at Aaron's neck off to the side. Putting excessive stress on those nerves affecting the muscles. He may wake up with a stiff neck, tingling or numbness, a headache, or whatever it may be. But when you're lying face down like this and you're turning your head to one side, you're torquing, you're twisting on those yellow nerves right there. And those nerves can become significantly inflamed, and those muscles are not going to get its nerve supply, and it's going to start to spasm and shorten. A lot of stress on the organs. The heart, the lungs, the internal organs, because of the excessive stress against gravity, is pushing downwards. Difficulty getting deep breaths. You may wake up feeling fatigued because of the fact that you're not getting enough oxygen because your ribs cannot expand to bring oxygen into the lungs. So that oxygen cannot get throughout the cells. A lot of excessive stress on the lower back because of the fact you're increasing the lordosis. If you're going to go on your stomach, let's show you a couple tips. Take a little rolled up towel or a pillow and put it below his ankles, taking stress off the lower back. All right? So this is better than not utilizing it. The other thing is, if you were going to be on your stomach, which is not the best position, the worst out of the all three, is that I like you to have a real thin pillow. That sometimes if you, let's pretend this pillow is real thin. Okay, we'll use the thin edge of this. And by putting your head closer down, if you look here, his head is not turned as much, making it easier on the spinal system. Let's look in this position. He's lying on a particular table that has a support. Look at the difference. Does not have to turn his head. He can breathe. Now, if your bed, or you can design a bed that has the same feature where he's looking face down, these muscles are still relaxed. He still needs to keep this roll underneath the ankles. This will help the lower back area, but this is much healthier for the spine. Most people who wake up with neck problems or upper back or even headaches stem from incorrect positioning of the head region. So in summary, most important, remember, is oxygen. People sleeping on your back when your head is flexed, the airways being closed off, which can not only cause you to snore. Remember, when you have snoring problems, get off on your side. But if you're on your back and you do have sleep apnea and you are not breathing regularly because your breathing is being inhibited, that can lead to a lot of potential problems like high blood pressure and heart conditions. Remember, the most important thing is to alter the position. So, in this particular condition, I'm going to bring him up higher, put him on a wedge pillow like this, and then have him come back. Good. And by him coming back in this position, it's going to raise his head a little bit higher, making it easier for him to breathe. Not only that, if you have gastric reflux, this is going to be better because the stomach is sitting below the throat area. It's not going to come up because it can't run up against gravity. But the most important thing is that you understand how to diagnose and self-treat yourself. This is your health. Your health is your wealth. I hope you share this video. Please leave your questions below. And most important, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell.